Your grandparents knew these plants by name. They picked them, cooked them, and fed entire families with them during the Depression and through 2 world wars. But somewhere along the way, a $33 billion herbicide industry decided these same plants were the enemy. They gave them a new name, weeds, and they sold you chemicals to kill the most nutritious food growing in your own yard. Today, we are going to dig up 7 of these so-called forbidden plants, and by the end of this video, you will never look at your lawn the same way again. Number 7. Chickweed. This little ground cover plant with tiny white star-shaped flowers is probably growing in your garden beds right now. Instead of pulling it, you should be putting it in your salad bowl. Chickweed grows in all 50 states. It germinates in autumn and keeps growing straight through winter, which makes it one of the first fresh greens available after the cold breaks. In Japan, chickweed is considered one of the 7 herbs of spring, eaten in a ceremonial rice porridge every January 7th. The Japanese have honored this plant for centuries, while Americans spend money trying to kill it. The nutrition backs up the tradition. Chickweed is loaded with vitamins A and C, and its seeds pack nearly 18% protein. Eat the leaves, stems, and flowers raw in salads, or toss a handful into soups the way you would use baby spinach. Growing it is almost laughably easy. Scatter seeds in a container on your porch, keep the soil moist, and it practically takes care of itself. It even prefers shade, so that dark corner of your patio where nothing else grows is perfect chickweed territory. Number 6. Wood sorrel. You have almost certainly seen this plant and mistaken it for clover. Wood sorrel has the same 3-leaf shape, but the leaves are heart-shaped and fold up at night like tiny butterflies. Bite into a leaf and you get a bright, lemony zing that surprises everyone the first time. There are over 550 species of wood sorrel worldwide. Per gram, it delivers more vitamin C than orange juice. The Kiowa people of the Southern Plains chewed the leaves to quench their thirst on long journeys. And, in South America, a close relative called oca is the second most widely grown tuber after the potato. Wood sorrel pops up in lawns, garden beds, forest edges, and between patio stones. It does contain oxalic acid, which is where the family gets its name. But spinach contains more oxalic acid than wood sorrel, and nobody puts warning labels on spinach bags. Number 5. Purslane. If there is one plant on this list that should make you angry about the word weed, it is purslane. This low-growing succulent with thick reddish stems and small paddle-shaped leaves is the richest leafy green source of omega-3 fatty acids on the entire planet. It even contains a type of omega-3 called eicosapentaenoic acid, normally found only in fish and algae. A serving of purslane leaves contains omega-3 levels comparable to eating sardines. In Greece, Turkey, India, Mexico, and China, purslane is sold in markets and served in restaurants as a prized vegetable. But in Arizona, purslane is listed as a prohibited, noxious weed, making it technically illegal to bring into the state. Purslane loves heat and poor soil. If you have a sunny spot and just leave the ground alone, there is a good chance purslane will show up on its own. Once it arrives, it produces tender, slightly tangy greens all summer long, with zero effort from you. Number 4. Lamb's quarters. Walk into any grocery store and you will find quinoa selling for $8 to $20 a pound. Now walk into your backyard and look for a tall plant with diamond-shaped leaves that have a dusty, silvery coating on the underside. That is lamb's quarters, and it belongs to the exact same plant family as that expensive quinoa. Gram for gram, lamb's quarters contains more vitamin C, more vitamin A, and more calcium than spinach. A single lamb's quarters plant can produce up to 500,000 seeds, and those seeds remain alive in the soil for 30 to 40 years, waiting for their chance to sprout. The plant was cultivated as food by indigenous peoples across North America long before European contact, and it is still a staple green in parts of India and the Himalayas today. Eat the young leaves raw, cook the mature leaves like spinach, or harvest and grind the seeds into flour. It grows anywhere soil has been disturbed, which means garden edges, compost piles, and freshly turned beds. If you are finding this useful, hit subscribe. We cover gardening and homesteading every week with a focus on practical methods that save your back, your budget, and your time. Now, the top 3 plants on this list are where things get really interesting. These are not just overlooked. These are plants that specific people at specific points in history actively tried to suppress. Number 3. Stinging nettle. Yes, the one that stings. And yes, you absolutely can eat it. Once you blanch the leaves for about 30 seconds in boiling water, the sting disappears completely, and what you are left with is one of the most nutritious greens that exists anywhere on Earth. Dried nettle leaves contain 25 to 38% protein, putting them on par with chicken. A single serving of cooked nettles delivers 5 times more calcium than spinach, 3 to 4 times more vitamin C, and over 400% of your daily vitamin K. Humans have been eating nettles for at least 3,000 years. Bronze Age people in Denmark made fabric from the fibers. Hippocrates recorded 61 medicinal uses. During the First World War, German soldiers wore uniforms made from 85% nettle fiber when cotton ran low. And every year since 1997, competitors at the World Nettle Eating Championship in Dorset, England, sit down and eat raw nettles by the foot. Nettles grow wild along streams, forest edges, and fence rows across most of North America. They come back year after year for 10 to 15 years with no replanting. Wear gloves during harvest, blanch before eating, and you have a free protein source that rivals anything in the meat aisle. Number 2. Dandelion. This is the one that should bother you the most. European settlers did not accidentally bring dandelions to North America. They packed the seeds on purpose, carried them across the Atlantic Ocean in the 1600s, and planted them as a valued food crop. By the 1830s, farmers near Boston were growing dandelions commercially. The nutrition is staggering. Dandelion greens contain 3 times more vitamin A than spinach, 5 times more vitamin K, and 8 times more antioxidants. The United States Department of Agriculture ranks dandelion greens above both spinach and broccoli for nutritional density. Every part of the plant is edible. Leaves for salads, roots roasted as a coffee substitute, flowers for wine and fritters. And yet, this is the #1 target of a lawn care industry worth $293 billion a year. Homeowners associations fine residents hundreds of dollars for dandelions in their yard. You can face legal penalties for allowing one of the most nutritious plants on Earth to grow on your own property. The same plant your great-grandmother crossed an ocean with is now something your neighbor calls pest control to destroy. Number 1. Amaranth. For 6,000 years, the Aztec Empire ran on amaranth. It was one of 4 foundational crops alongside maize, beans, and chia. 20,000 tons of amaranth grain flowed into the capital as annual tribute. During religious festivals, people shaped amaranth dough into figures of their gods, broke them apart, and ate them. When the Spanish conquistadors conquered the Aztec Empire in 1521, they did not just take the gold, they banned amaranth. Fields were burned. Historical accounts report that anyone caught growing it risked having their hands cut off. The Spanish saw those religious food rituals as a direct threat to Catholicism, and they decided the easiest way to destroy the practice was to destroy the plant itself. Amaranth nearly vanished for 450 years, but indigenous farmers in remote mountain regions kept growing it in secret, passing seeds through generations. The grain did not re-enter mainstream awareness until the 1970s, when researchers at the Rodale Research Center in Pennsylvania began studying it. What they found was remarkable. Amaranth is one of the only plant-based, complete proteins on Earth, containing all essential amino acids. A single plant produces up to 60,000 seeds. It grows in poor soil, tolerates drought, and matures in just a few months. You can grow amaranth from seed in a backyard raised bed with almost no maintenance. Harvest the leaves as cooking greens through summer. Let the seed heads mature in fall and collect enough grain to last through winter.